figured out a manifestation cheat code, y'all. What's good, y'all? I'm LoneeAppleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, reposting videos with your community so that we can grow. Also, please feel compelled to tip the tip jar, shop the merch, and shop the book. Boom! All available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. Link in bio. Yeah, that's what we do. All right. Also, this book right here is detailing my next. So as I am walking into this evolution, this radical evolution that I have just experienced, like the person who's sitting here, I know I say this often, but if you ain't watched every damn video, you don't know that I say it often. But this person sitting right here is not the person who woke up in February. In June. This distinctly for me started at birth, but this right here distinctly started in June. I sat up out of my sleep and I said I'm going to change my life. And I have made very, not calculated because I'm not thinking, but methodic, that's a good word. I've made very methodic steps to evolving my life. But it's gotten so turbulent right now that my husband and I are very unstable. And it's crazy when everybody gives me advice, they're like, life goes through these things, but it's all about perspective because one person's perspective is from the physical plane, right? 5 years, every 5 years, divorce rate, statistics, You know, it's from the physical plane. But from the spiritual plane, if we're paying attention, and my friend said this, she said, most women have some sort of radical evolution at the 5-year mark. And the men don't understand it. And that's why the relationships break. Now, that's my spin on what she said, but that's what she said. And maybe that's what these midlife crises are, where they're having this radical evolution. And we're calling it a crisis. No, they're finally waking the fuck up. So women, because we're more mature, we wake up before men. And it's probably at that 5-year mark. If you're single, I don't know. I'm just making a marriage parallel and how we hit this wall in our relationships. And on the physical side, we're seeing all the physical manifestations of that. But if we paid attention to the spiritual side, that woman probably flipped her fucking script and became a whole new person. And you looking at her like, Barb, I don't know you anymore. She's like, damn right, Jim, and I want a divorce. So that's what me and Dre are, that's where we're at. And that's where Felicia was in this book. So I'm so excited that she reached out to me. All right, y'all. I started with the manifestation cheat code that I just figured out watching Celebrity on Netflix. What's good, y'all? Yeah, I'm talking like this tonight. You know it's good when I start talking like this. What's good, y'all? I'm LoneeAppleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, reposting videos with your community so that we can grow. Also, if you feel so compelled, please consider tipping the tip jar, make it jangle, chop the merch, make it cha-ching, and get the book, make them flip-flap on them pages. We appreciate all three. All right, y'all, so the manifestation cheat code. This is a must-cop off of Amazon. Read this book not to be a critic. If you read anything, because I've already told you how I feel about reading, but my best friend said she would not date a man if he doesn't read. And I was like, damn, I don't believe in reading anymore. I believe everything you need to know, you already need to know. If you do pick up a book, you're not picking up this book to teach you anything. You're picking up this book to be a catalyst for you to start thinking on some new shit. So this is just a nudge in the right direction of the direction that you need to go. That's all a book is. It ain't, I'm going to read this book and now I have regurgitated everything about this book and that makes me smart. No, that makes you a goddamn regurgitator. But if you can read that book and then take whatever you pull out that book and apply it to your life, now we on to something. Now I love reading. Yo, somebody unfollowed me and came to tell me they unfollowed me. And so I guess they cared enough to let me know. Because if you don't care, you don't leave an exit. So I guess I impacted them to the degree that they felt bothered, even though you're unbothered. But to be unbothered, please with the spark plugs. To be unbothered, you must be bothered. So anyway, they unfollowed me because I said black women got some work to do. I heard the doorbell, but I ain't sent for nobody, so it ain't for me. You know, black women got some work to do. Look, if we never admit that we got work to do, this boy, hold on. This boy done found the stroller, so that's his new toy with his imaginary baby. He couldn't go check the door until he went and took his baby. That's good. Don't leave that baby at home alone. The baby got to put his seatbelt on? Yeah. Okay. You're a good daddy. Don't shut my door.
And what do I do with? Bye, Mom.
Bye, Bubba.
Me and my baby going to work.
Okay, go to work, Bubba. And he work, y'all. Yo, my son said he's a good father and he works. But this brings up another bias we have in this community and why our men are so messed up now. Because, yeah, black women, y'all need to check yourselves. Because you're raising these black men. So I'm looking at Kate and I'm like, the game that he's playing right now, Dre will come home and yell at him for pushing around a stroller and taking care of an imaginary baby. There was a video going around back in the day of a little black boy whipping it up in the kitchen, listening to his whatever he was listening to. The debate was, should boys be playing in kitchens? Do you want to raise a man that wants to be in the kitchen and a woman don't feel like a slave? Then let your son play in the kitchen. Do you want to raise a son that wants to help take care of the brand new baby in the stroller? Then let your son run around with his imaginary baby in his stroller that he has been trying to get to for 3 days until he finally asked properly because he went to get it on his own, which is the old Caden. Old Caden gonna Debo, and we used to laugh because he was baby Debo. He gonna get it by any means, and if you turn your back, he going back. New Caden, no, you need to ask permission. So for 3 days, it took him 3 days to get it together, and he finally went God. He was like, "Man, please play with this," and I'm like, "Sure." But I watch him and I see how polite he is. And I see how, he's still a little boy, but he's respectful. I think the door was for Angel. And I forgot what I was talking about. But the things we restrict our little boys from because they're little girl activities are the reason why we have men who look at helping a woman around the home as little girl activities. We have to realize what we are setting our little boys up for. What's up? Can you do what?
I want the button. Then I water the button.
Can you put water in your bucket? Yes. Anyway, so when someone unfollows me because I say, yes, moms, it starts with us. We need to check ourselves. Because a failure in our daughters to be wives and women that are carrying on our legacy. Like, we are literally reproducing generations of more of the same. We are not producing, like our ancestors, just look at it. Our ancestors for 400 years, but they eventually, through oppression, stopped creating generations of more of the same. But somewhere, because generations were progressive and progressive and progressive and progressive until the 80s. And then we became regressive and regressive and regressive and regressive. And now we are in a perpetual cycle of more of the same. And our homes are mostly headed by, even in a 2-parent household, I run this house. I run these children. When I said we're changing, change took place. 1-parent, 2-parent, the mother is raising this nation. So if this nation is fucked up, it roots back to the mother, and she needs to take accountability in order to fix it. And the first step is saying, by restricting our boys from doing girl activities, is a reason why we have men out here who like to fight and play video games, because that's all they were allowed to do.